What's your name?
Carrie Kelley. Robin.
Hey everybody, welcome to Everything's Plastic. Today we have another DC Multiverse action figure review, and this is The Dark Knight Returns, Robin. I gotta say, Dark Knight Returns is one of my favorite comic book runs. I love Frank Miller and I love his take on Batman. I actually like Carrie Kelley as Robin. I think it's a pretty cool character. I don't remember a whole lot about the comics. I read it a long time ago. The comic was originally released in 1989, but the film was actually released in 2012, 2013. I recently just watched it again. Amazing film. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I definitely recommend that you check it out. So let's get back to the review. On the side here, we just have Robin, Batman, Dark Knight Returns here, Robin on the side. We have Batman on his horse, and this is the build figure. So you need 4 figures in total to complete this horse build figure. We have Joker, Robin, Batman, and Superman. We already completed a review on Batman. If you want to check that out, we'll have the link in the description below. Other than that, barcodes on the bottom, nothing but dust on the top, which, if you're familiar with the channel, I have these figures for quite a while before I actually get time to get through them and do a review. Hopefully I'll get caught up one of these days. So we'll be right back with this one out of the package to get a closer look. Alright, we have Robin outside the package. All these DC McFarlanes comes with this base, which I think is great, and it comes with this trading card as well. See a pretty cool picture of the Robin figure on the front. There is a little read up on the back there if you guys want to pause now. And for accessories, she comes with this awesome slingshot. I think it's pretty cool. Pretty plain, but cool nonetheless. And it comes with the 2 body pieces, or should I say 1 body piece that goes to symbol for the horse Build-A-Figure. And as for the figure itself, out of the package, this one actually looks pretty cool. I think there is a likeness to the character. Both the comic book and films are pretty similar. This character is drawn pretty much the same in both. A few subtle differences. I think face sculpt on this one is pretty accurate, pretty cool. Glasses and all that stuff, hairstyle, all that stuff matches up. But overall, this is a pretty cool figure. I wish there was a little bit of draw brushing on the hair, just to make it stand out a little bit. But you can see it's a pretty awesome sculpt on the hair. I think they did an awesome job. Love the sculpt on the cape and the outer costume. And all the plastic is pretty clean as well. No real blemishes. For some reason, almost everyone that I looked at, all had this black little blemish on it for some reason. I don't know why. I had an option of 2 or 3 that I picked from, and they all had this, so guess I'm stuck with a little black spot, which is fine. I can just pretend it's a little bit of dirt when she's out fighting crime. I gotta say, man, I actually really like this figure. I think McFarlane did an awesome job. Give you guys one more closer look all the way around. But overall, fantastic job by McFarlane. I wish I had the MFFX version in hand for you guys just to do a side-by-side comparison, which I think the MFFX or MFFX actually, the joints are a lot cleaner, but I mean, you're paying a lot more. You're probably paying double for that figure what you pay for this one. So this is a good, cheaper alternative. I'm pretty happy with this one, so I highly recommend it so far. So we had a closer look. Let's go over articulation. Forehead, it goes up this far, down this far. You have a dumbbell joint there, so you do get some side to side. All the way around, you get awesome range of motion. Shoulder goes up this far, pretty decent range of motion there, not restricted at all. Goes all the way around. There is a little butterfly joint there as well. You get a little bit of added articulation. She does have double jointed pinned elbows, which I think if I had to say something negative about this one, the pinned joints is probably the only negative thing I really have to say about this one. Still good range of motion. There's a rotation at the wrist. Actually, there's a rotation here, and there's also a rotation here as well. And obviously with these ratchet joints, you get awesome range of motion out of these. I really love these joints when they're done well. There's no ab crunch, but there is a ball joint just above her waist, which you get a little bit of range of motion on that. So it goes back this far, forward this far, and you get some side to side, and a full rotation is there as well. I think there's actually an ab crunch there, but I can't really get much range of motion out of it. I don't really like taking these figures apart. I'm afraid that I won't get them back together properly. 4 splits, she does a complete split. Leg goes forward this far, back this far, not restricted at all. There is a rotation there as well at the top. There's no upper thigh cut. There is double jointed pin knees, which you get a fantastic range of motion out of those. And for her ankles, it goes back this far, forward this far, and then you got your side to side, your full rotation there. And there is a toe hinge as well. A nice looking figure, and it has decent articulation. The only place is really hindered with the ab crunch or the ball joint. This could be seen as a positive or a negative. The ball joint is actually here covered over by our costume, so it gives a nice clean appearance, as opposed to, say, with Spider-Man, you have this ab crunch here. This one looks much cleaner, no ab crunch showing, and no actual ball joint down here. The ball joint down here is actually covered up by our costume as well, so you get the range of motion with a much cleaner looking figure. I really wish this one had pinless joints. I still think the figure looks amazing, but it would have looked so much better. So let's put her slingshot in her hand. She has two gripping hands, so you can put the slingshot in whatever hand you want to. The slingshot is a bit soft and a bit floppy, but it still fits in either hand. Getting ready to take fire. So this one stands up pretty good without the base, but I think the base obviously make it a little bit easier, and I actually like the look of these bases, like I previously mentioned. For comparisons, here we have our next two, The Dark Knight Returns Batman. Obviously you can't have Robin without Batman. This is also my favorite version of Batman. I really love the Dark Knight Returns version of Batman, with his tiny ears on his cowl, nice thick beefy build, and just an overall mean looking, aggressive looking Batman. I think this guy looks fantastic. Proportions are a little bit off on this one, but other than that, I still think this guy is fantastic. I do prefer the NEFFEX version a little bit more though. We got two more figures, a couple of different toy lines. Here we have a G.I. Joe Classified Outback, and we have the Marvel Legends Iron Spider. Just did a review on both of these if you want to check those out as well. But we can see obviously this is a 7-inch toy line, this is a 6-inch toy line. I think Carrie Kelley scales perfectly how she looks in the film and how she looks in the comic book. So that pretty much wraps up our unboxing and figure review. Overall, I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10. I think the overall appearance of this one is fantastic. The overall articulation on this one is not great, but it's still good. Like I said, the only place is really restricted is the upper torso or the ab crunch area. Other than that, it's comic book accurate or film accurate. Both are pretty similar. What else can you ask for from an action figure? I'm going to take a point off for a little bit of restricted articulation. The pin joints on this one actually take away from the overall appearance of the figure. I obviously highly recommend this figure. If you have the extra money, go for the NEFFEX version. I don't think that you'll be disappointed. But if you want to save a few bucks and you just want this character, obviously the McFarlane will do just fine. I can't say enough how much I actually really like this figure, and I'm definitely happy to have this one in my collection. So as always guys, let me know in the comments below what you think of my score of 9 out of 10. Let me know what you think of our review. And if you had to rate this one out of 10, what would you give it? If you liked our review, don't forget to give us a giant thumbs up, hit that like button, and that subscribe button is there as well if you guys want to subscribe to the channel. As always, want to thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to watch our review. We hope to see you on the next one. Keep collecting and stay safe.
Didn't suck.